Hello girls and boys, my name's Jace and I'm a Kids Rock Leader from Bosch AM. Now we've been doing a couple of stories on Moses and this week we've got a really cool craft that goes with it. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper, some colourful crayons, a black crayon or some black paint and something to scratch with like your fingernail or maybe a toothpick. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make a beautiful picture with the coloured crayons or a beautiful pattern on your piece of paper, and once you finish that you're going to go over the whole piece of paper with the black crayon or some black paint, and then you're going to scratch some patterns into the paper with your fingernail or with a toothpick. And what should happen is the beautiful colours that you put underneath the black crayon should come out and make a beautiful pattern. And so, just like how in the story we learned that no matter what we do or no matter what happens, God is with us and He loves us and He can still use us, we kind of see this in the picture that we do, where even though we coloured over our beautiful picture, when we scratch on it, we can still see the beautiful colours that come through and we can still make a beautiful picture.
We've come to the end of today's playlist. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I want to end with just the last bit in the story for today, and it comes from Exodus 2. If you want to find this part of the story in Moses, go to Exodus chapter 2. It's right in the beginning of the Bible, and it ends like this. I love this. It says this: they cried out. This is the Israelites. They cried out for help, and their cry rose up to God. God heard their groaning, and He remembered His covenant promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He looked down on the people of Israel and knew it was time to act. I love that. God's people praying again and again and again. Answer our prayers. Hear us. We're crying out to you. Maybe you're crying out to God for something now around lockdown, or maybe someone in your family is sick, or maybe someone's lost a job. Keep crying out to God, because we've got a God that hears us. And I love this when it says He remembers the promise. Now, Abraham was so many years before Moses, but God remembers. And He said, I remember the promise I made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the promise was to be with you. The promise was to give you a special land. The promise was to bless you and that you would be a blessing. And I'm going to stick to my promises because I'm a faithful God. That's what He says. It's amazing. And my favorite bit of the whole passage is this. It says, He looked down on the people of Israel, and He knew it was time to act. He knew it was time to act. God's timing is perfect. And next week we're going to learn a little bit more about how God's timing is perfect and how He acted for the good of His people and how He saved His people out of slavery. Everybody have a fantastic week. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you again next week. God bless. Bye.